The rain was relentless, turning the streets into rivers and the sky into a swirling storm of gray and silver. Ethan pulled his hood tighter around his face, shivering as the wind clawed at his soaked clothes. He had no reason to be out, no home to return to, no job to wake up for, no future that felt worth chasing. But the sharp, desperate barking cut through the downpour, stopping him in his tracks. A small, trembling golden retriever was huddled near an abandoned bus stop, its fur matted and muddy, its collar glinting faintly under the street lamp. The dog's eyes were wide, pleading, as it whimpered and pressed itself against the cold metal bench. Ethan didn't hesitate. He crouched down, ignoring the icy water seeping into his shoes. "Hey, buddy," he murmured, reaching out slowly. The dog flinched but didn't run. "You lost." The nameplate on the collar was barely readable in the dim light. Bailey, followed by a number. Ethan glanced around the deserted street, then sighed, running a hand through his dripping hair. "All right, Bailey, let's get you somewhere warm." He scooped up the dog, holding it close as he made his way to the only place he had left, an abandoned storefront with a half-broken awning. It wasn't much, but it was shelter. A mysterious call the next morning. Ethan woke to a warm tongue licking his face. Bailey was curled up beside him, eyes full of trust. For the first time in months, Ethan felt something other than despair. He pulled out his old, cracked phone, fingers hesitant over the numbers engraved on the collar. Whoever had lost this dog had to care, right? Maybe they'd even give him a reward, enough for a meal at least. He dialed. The line rang once, twice, then a voice, calm, deep, and immediately alert. "Hello." Ethan cleared his throat. Yeah, I found a dog." "Bailey? He was out in the rain last night." A pause. Then the voice sharpened. "Where are you?" Ethan hesitated. Something about the tone made his stomach tighten. He gave the cross streets. "I'm coming now." The call cut off. A game-changing encounter 20 minutes later. A sleek black SUV rolled up to the curb. Ethan instinctively took a step back, shielding Bailey. The door opened, and a man in his early 50s stepped out. He was tall, sharply dressed in a dark coat, with an air of quiet authority. But it was his eyes that caught Ethan's attention. Something unreadable flickered there, something that looked almost hopeful. The man crouched, calling softly. "Bailey." The dog bolted from Ethan's arms and into the man's embrace, tail wagging furiously. Relief crossed the man's face as he held the dog close. "Good boy. You found someone, huh?" Ethan shifted uncomfortably. He was alone. I couldn't leave him." The man stood, studying Ethan. "What's your name?" "Ethan." A slow nod. Then the man pulled something from his coat pocket, a folded newspaper clipping. He handed it over without a word. Ethan's breath hitched as he saw the headline. "Tech mogul still searching for estranged son after 15 years. Beneath it, a photo of a much younger version of the man in front of him, standing beside a woman Ethan recognized only from faded memories. His mother. Ethan's pulse roared in his ears. His grip tightened on the paper. The man's voice was quiet but certain. "I've been looking for you, Ethan." Bailey wagged his tail between them, the rain now just a whisper in the distance.